All right, let's create a spoon. I'm going to start with, since I already showed you how to create, the spoon. Today, okay, I'm going to move a little faster than before. Okay, so we have a sphere here. First of all, I'm going to go to my face mode and then select the this amount of faces, because I need only this part for my spoon. So I'm gonna get rid of this and then go to perspective view. Okay, the reason why we see all black inside of this spoon, but if you flip this over, you see all these front faces. This is back faces, front faces, and back faces. The reason why is because we didn't add any depth, any thicknesses on this spoon. So I went to object mode and then go to modeling toolkit and click on extrude. Okay, so be careful while adding depth on this in a spoon or any kind of object. Don't grab this one. Don't grab this red one. Don't grab this blue one. But you should grab the cube from the center from here. Before that, you have to hit all rows, and then you should see, okay, another. It's a cube from the center, not this, not this, not this, center, and then go like this. Probably this is way too thick. Probably this is tweaking. Just this amount, depth, thicknesses. All right. Now we don't see black faces anymore, right? So, and then after this, you can probably hit 3. So this is spoon. Don't worry about the oval, shape. Like a typical spoon. Let me just go to Google on the spoon. Yeah, I think we see some kind of a circular, like perfect in a circle on this spoon. But typically spoon has this kind of oval shape. Look at this, like oval shapes, rather than perfect circle. See, these are kind of typical in a spoon. So again, you don't have to worry about this. We can actually make the like this kind of shape later. Okay. Okay, and then I'm gonna go to my edge mode, select these edges. And what I like to do, I like to move these edges up slightly. Okay, and then we're gonna make a handle. So we're gonna make the handle for this spoon on the right-hand side, or top, or left and bottom. Well, I think we can make it somewhere here. Okay. So, and then see. Actually, maybe I can go vertex mode like this. All right. Okay, let's start making handle for the spoon somewhere here. Okay, now right click and face mode. Okay, let's let this face. Okay. Okay, with this face, we're probably gonna create a little, handle with too thick, thicknesses. What I like to do, I'm gonna go to edge mode and select these edges and hold down shift and select both edges and go to connect tool, right? See, and what about this? I'm gonna use only this face, just half of this rather than whole things. This may make your handle is too thick, so I'm gonna make only this. Okay, and then go to top view. I select this over here. Is that right? I select here. This is it. Okay. And then I'm going to go to object mode and then slightly rotate it. Okay. Just go to top view only. And next step is we need this one. Curve. What kind of curve? You can actually use the CV curve or an EP curve. It doesn't really matter. Both are very similar. So I'm going to use EP curve. And then draw line, or you can call it curve. Okay, I'm going to draw a curve. Okay, do you think this is long enough for this handle? Okay, let's quickly go to, okay, our perspective view. All right. Right, I can bring this down a bit. I think that's long enough. Yeah, we can see that. Okay, so now our next step is to create this handle. We need to add skin, polygons on the top of this line, the top of this curve. How to do this? So let's go to perspective view. We'll deselect down. All right. I think we can bring this down a little bit. So once we deselect this in a spoon, we can see those wireframe. Okay, we need to see those wireframe in order to select this face only. Say only this. What I'm talking about is I like to select this one, but once we deselect this with object mode, we can see wireframe. So sometimes what I do, I just activate the wireframe on shading by clicking this icon. See, let me deselect it. Now we can still see. Look at this. We can still see all the wireframe. This. Okay, all we need to do at this moment is go to your face mode and select this face only, and then select this face, okay, a face, and then hold down Shift or Apple the Command key, and then select this, the curve. Sometimes it's really hard to select this curve. So what I do, I select this face first and go to Outliner and hold down Command key, then select this curve. That's very easy. So look at that. Okay. And then extrude. You see? I got this handle. Looks very rigid. And ultimately, we need to create some nice curve. So after this, don't forget to add more subdivision by dragging this, more subdivisions. It looks like a maximum is 25. You might wonder, so what if you like to add more than 25? It looks like even if you drag this all the way to the right, the highest number you can possibly get is 25. Yeah, don't worry, you can add a 30. So just type it. Even you can add 100. Let's try this, 100. Yes, okay. But these are too many. So, yeah, 25 would be enough. Even 20 would be enough. So just 20. Now, so our next step is, our next job is, okay, we got handle spoon here. But if you look at the side view, okay, like side view. Okay, I think this is very good. You see that? I mean, the most of the spoons they use, you find the like Walmart or Kmart or Target or whatever, and you will see this kind of very subtly beautiful kind of elegant curve on spoon. So look at this one. See, this one has a nice curve. See, do you see this? Do you see this? What about this one? Is slightly different. Yeah, it's pork, and the spoon has some curve. Yeah, this one's a really subtle, but you can still notice that noticeable. Yeah, still noticeable curve at the end. You see? So now, see, so we need to create this. We need to achieve this one. Right, now, the best place to make this kind of curve must be front view. You see this front view perspective and the top view. Yeah, we should go to front view to create this kind of curve. So go just work on front view. Okay. In last meeting, I did show you guys how to use the self-selection, and I didn't explain enough about this self-selection. This is quite actually important, especially when you're dealing with a very subtly curved line, okay, and nice slopes. Okay, first of all, without checking this self-selection, what I like to do, I'm gonna go to vertex, and then select a bunch of vertices, and you see this is problem. We already got some, oh, maybe you can think manually, June, I think I can do that manually, something like this, right? But say, let me hit into it again. It's not gonna be perfect. So let's compare this, this curve, okay, this slope, and then this slope. Yeah, I can't say it's impossible to do manually, like moving every single vertex manually. Yes, you can, but it's gonna take quite a long time to achieve this kind of line. So that's where self-selection comes in. Okay, let me undo this. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to check this self-selection. Actually, the hotkey for activating self-selection is B as a boy. Say activate, deactivate, B, activate, and deactivate. Right, now activated this, and then as soon as you bring your cursor and pointer over those polygons, you should see like this very, very vibrant colors from like yellow to red. That means that you already activated the soft select. After this, also you have to decide it, the scale, the size of a brush by holding down B as a point. Do you see this? This is kind of huge brush. We don't need this huge brush. We probably need this size of brush. See, we probably need this size. So we probably this. See, and then this select. Okay, select. Okay, let me double check for size. I think that this is big enough. So we don't need this. Okay, hold down B and select on this. Okay. So do you see like different colors combination on here? Those blue areas will not be affected when you move this one. See, only this red from the red, like purplish and the yellow will be affected when you move this one. See, and then I'm gonna select only here. See, only this. Okay, let's select around here and move something like this. That's a little bit more. And what if you bring it a little bit down here? So your job is done in a few seconds if you use the self-selection. Self-selection. And down here, a little bit. All right. You can also still give some very small modification by using this curve. With curve, yeah, again, it's very hard to select this curve on your my documents. That's why I always go to outliner and find the curve and then select this. And the right click and the control vertex, and you will see some dots. Those are control vertices. Control vertices, like a little purplish dots. You can just grab any of these, and then you can modify it like this. Let me grab this. So you can modify something like this. All right, good. And let's see top view instead of top view. So if you look at the top view of our current spoon, so let's go here. This looks it doesn't look like a real spoon. It looks very cheap, like a disposable, disposable like a plastic, the disposable spoon. It doesn't look like a real spoon. What is this? The top view. All right. This is what I'm talking about. Do you see here? We should definitely give some nice taper around here. You see, getting wider, and then getting narrow. Okay. I think this is very typical on a spoon that we use in our everyday life. So what about this one? This nice, look at this. Although I have some fancy patterns here, say we should give some taper. So what about the pointy edges? See, it's pointy a little bit wider. See, everything. Well, of course, this is a little different, but also these two the spoon has some narrow tapers. You see, so look at this. How boring this spoon. So now I'm going to select this again, spoon. Outer mode. See, and then soft selection. Don't forget this, and then vertex. And I'm going to check my brush size, holding down B as a point. Do you think this is big enough? Yeah, I think that's big enough. And then I'm going to select around here and hit Alt. Oh, do you know why we see kind of diagonal line here? Alt, the scale tool. All right, we have to fix this one by going to this scale tool. The hotkey for the scale tool is Alt rows. Just double click this. And I think this is quite important. So whenever you see some diagonal, arrows, always double click on the scale tool. Open the tool settings, and under axis orientation, choose this one, the next one, not object, world. You see now it's okay. So after this, what if drag something like this? So it affected this part as well. So that means we have to even smaller brush, smaller brush. And then I'm going to work only here. All right, so taper. You see, taper. Something like that. And then what about here? Oops. And the end of this handle, You see what I'm talking? Say a little bit wider. Let's select somewhere here. See, end of the spoon. We should get a little like pointy edges, pointy end. And then also you can select one here. Remove something like this. And the pointy edges. All right, just like this, giving a little, detail, a small detail. Adding the small detail will completely change your, object.